Welcome everybody to the league. It is the last video of the year, the 2025 slash 2026 end of season awards. And let me get my coffee. I know you can't see me right now. It's kind of dark, but it's really nice out. And I'm not closing my door or shutting my curtain or whatever for that. Hell no, it's too nice. So you don't want to see my ugly face anyways. So I just look like, one of those like interviews on Dateline or whatever the hell it is, or 60 Minutes, all blacked out and shit. But that's okay. There's only one team left standing, and that is the Columbia Dumpster Fire. They were able to take down the Charleston Trolls, who seemed unbeatable pretty much all year, and they took them down and beat them by over 30 points. And it really goes to show how important that bye week is, because if the Dumpster Fire did not have the bye, they most likely would have either lost to the Tiger Sharks or the Voyagers had they played either of them in that first week. It probably would have been the Tiger Sharks, because if the Dumpster Fire didn't have the bye, then the Voyagers would have had the other bye, so they would have lost to the Tiger Sharks, and we would be talking about a very, very different thing now. But that's the beauty of the bye, and got themselves a free win or free advancement. And then they went on to beat the Tiger Sharks in the second round of the playoffs by, I think, 20 or 30 or so points. So that's the beauty of it. That's why it's so sought after. It does suck on the other side of things for the Trolls to have such a dominating year. Again, they had only lost one game by less than 2 points way earlier in the season, and then to get the bye, win their first round matchup, and then just not get stomped, but just not put up a big a fight as they're used to. They only put up, I think, 112 points in the final game of the season, and that's very, very, very low for them. They're usually putting up 160, 150 on the reg, and they just couldn't pull it out. And better luck next year, I guess. But yeah, so the Dumpster Fire take home their third straight championship, and they are now I guess you would say, a registered dynasty in this dynasty era of the league, where this has only happened one other time, and that was the pre-Voyagers, but it was my team that had won 3 in a row, but that was in the redraft era. So it doesn't really matter. Different time, different age, different way of going about things, and right now the Dumpster Fire just are on top, and it looks like they're going to stay there for a long time because they somehow keep acquiring more picks. Stop trading your first to Hunter. Just stop it. You ain't helping yourself. You're just hurting everybody else. But people will wise up here in the future, I assume. But let's get in and get into these awards. Let me take another little sip of black coffee here. Cafe Renda. Eat dung, ma. So let's get into this. And is it working? Hold on, let me, is it showing my thing? There we go. So we got the cursor up. We got the draft, or the the forms up from Google that everyone sent in, and got all 12 people voting and stuff. First up, we got the best draft class. And if we go to the draft, let's go ahead and run through these votes first. Tied for third, we got 4 teams tied for third with 1 vote each. We got the Hickory Grove Heaters receiving a vote, the Long Island Rune Dogs, the Miami Cartel, and the Cameron Cavaliers, all receiving 1 vote. Again, you could vote for yourself in any of these, categories, and I'm sure some people did vote for themselves. That's okay. It's completely legal too. However, it is a little bit weird. I don't know if any of these guys did vote for themselves. I could look, but I just don't care if they did or not, because they didn't win. So tied for third are those 4 teams. Coming in second place, in best draft class, you have the Columbia Dumpster Fire. And of course, if you have 3 of the top picks in the draft, then you're probably going to have a pretty good draft. So it's kind of a gimme, but they didn't win. Who won was the French Quarter Quailmen with 6 votes, receiving a crap load. Half of the league voted for the Quailmen, and if we look at their draft, they picked up Emeka, not Emmanuel. Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State had a fantastic rookie season here. He's picking up double-digit points almost every single game, and a good bit of touchdowns. Kind of trailed off here at the end of the season, but still looked fantastic out there in Tampa, but not for the Tiger Sharks. And he also was able to pick up Quinshon Judkins, also out of Ohio State, who had a very, very solid year. Again, he also kind of trailed off touchdown-wise towards the end of the year, but he still kept up his point totals. Very, very reliable player here. Only one game under double digits, and that was his first game he ever played, so you can discount that entirely. Every other game he's picking up double-digit points. A lot of carries here. So very, very solid pick by Dan here to pick up these 2 guys to shore up his, I guess you'd say, flex spots. But he's got a starting running back, and he's got a starting wide receiver for the foreseeable future. So Dan takes home best draft class. If we go down to best team name, can I get this to be centered on the fucking screen so it doesn't look stupid? Yeah, we'll do that. Best team name. We run through this every year. Even though the team names are starting to stay more, rooted. They're not changing as much. We do have 4 ties for third place. You got the Charleston Trolls, the Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks, the Columbia Dumpster Fire, and the Miami Cartel, all receiving 1 vote for best team name. Coming in second place with 3 votes, the Hickory Grove Heaters. Always a solid team. They're always a fan favorite as a team name for sure. But the winner this year of best team name is the newcomer, the Tiananmen Square Tanks. Didn't really see this one coming. Bit of a surprise, to be honest. I can see the Tanks maybe changing their name in a few seasons after they're not complete garbage and they're not quote unquote tanking anymore. But hey, not too bad. Got the best team name, and congrats. Worst team name. Worst team name. We got a lot of votes here. Tied for, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4th place. You got the Hickory Grove Heaters with a vote for worst team name. Okay. You got the French Quarter Quailmen with a vote, and the Vietnam Voyagers get a vote for worst team name. And then next, with 2 votes, the LA Finesse. Again, I could look and see who voted for each of these, but again, I don't care. I'll leave them pretty much anonymous. Again, I think most of us know that the Finesse as a team name is kind of an inside joke from 4, 5 seasons ago when E-Man said that he was finessing everybody and just kind of turned it on its head and made of it part of the team's identity and made it the team's identity. But not the worst team name in my opinion. In second place, the Columbia Dumpster Fire with worst team name, which, yeah, I think it's about time. Do you change the team name because they're not really a dumpster fire anymore? They were garbage for a few seasons, but now they've won 3 straight titles. And now the question is, the conundrum, do you change the name because you're not a dumpster fire anymore, or do you not, because if you change the name, does that take away from the dumpster fire lore? And because if you change the name to the Columbia Cockweasels or something, is it going to remove that championship status from this team? And I don't know. I don't really see this team changing team names for a while, but this is a team that does like to change their name mid-fucking season into some stupid shit. But we all know what this team is. Who knows what they're going to do out there in Colombia. But worst team name on the year with what? 4 votes. The Cameron Cavaliers. And I was kind of surprised by this one. It's not that it's a bad team name, personally. It is kind of, what's the word? Mid. It's a little, it could be better, of course. But it's not a bad team name, but hey, I only get 1 vote. And I honestly can't remember who I voted for. I think I probably voted for the Dumpster Fire. I'm not sure. I didn't vote for the Cavs, but sure, they get worst team name. So maybe this team wants to think about a little bit of a rebrand in the off season, but we'll see. It's a pretty solid name. We'll keep going. If the team name and the logo don't work, maybe we'll have to do a little bit of a rebranding, but that's up to the head coach. But worst team name goes to the Cameron Cavs. Best team logo, a lot of votes here. A lot of votes. And, I kind of want to do worst team logo first. Let's do worst team logo first. I should have put that one before, but whatever. Worst team logo, a lot of votes as well. So let's run through these. 1 vote for the Tiger Sharks. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think this is a solid-ass team logo. It fits. It's sleek. It's nice. I disagree with this vote. Hickory Grove Heaters. Sure, I can see this being a vote because the Heaters don't really have a logo. So I think Coach Smar needs to come up with something this offseason to have a little bit of a branding for this squad. I know it's a sort of new team name, not really, but sure. The Dumpster Fire, I also agree. Same thing. Both of these teams need to come up with an original logo. Again, I can help if you like. But sure, they are pretty mid or non-existent for the Heaters. And honestly, the Dumpster Fire. The Cameron Cavaliers for worst team logo, 1 vote. Sure, it's a very minimal logo, but it's not ugly, it's not bad. It is just it's solid. The LA Finesse. Maybe a little bit of a change is needed in LA, but it's not a bad logo. The Voyager, someone gave me a bad vote. Sure, I could do a little bit of a rebranding, especially after I accidentally deleted my old logo and it's not to be found anywhere on my computer. But sure, whatever. I disagree, of course, but hey. In second place, though, the Long Island Rune Dogs. I'm going to disagree with this one as well. I feel like this is a storied franchise, and, there's logos that you just don't fuck with. They stay the same forever, not because they're, good looking, but because they've been the same forever, and it's never been bad. It may be a little off-putting to some, and it could be a little outdated, but I like the logo for the Rune Dogs. It's solid. This team won a championship under that logo. I don't see them changing for a long, long time. But with the worst team logo on the year, the French Quarter Quailmen. Of course, we all kind of saw this one coming. They don't really have a logo either, and I would say this is probably the most difficult team to create a logo for, just for the nature of the mascot itself, being from Doug and being a quail man. But, hey, if Dan wants to create a new logo or wants some help, I am available. But yeah, worst team logo goes to the French Quarter Quailmen. Let's go back up. Best team logo, some more votes. The Dumpster Fire. Don't know how the fuck this got in there. The Heaters. I don't know how this got in there either. I'm assuming both of these guys voted for themselves, but I don't know. The Quailmen. Best team logo. Again, all 3 of you should be ashamed of yourselves, whoever voted for them. The LA Finesse and the Cameron Cavaliers. Isn't that kind of funny how all of these guys got 1 vote for best team logo, and down here they all got 1 vote pretty much for worst team logo, except for the Quailmen, who actually got worst team. So I feel like these guys voted for themselves. But I don't know who voted for who. But it is kind of funny. But yeah, they're all tied with 1 vote each. Coming in third place, the Charleston Trolls for best team logo. Sure, not a bad logo. It's got Charleston heritage behind it. It's got the troll. It's got some football shit. I like the logo. It's not bad. Coming in tied for second place. Sorry, the Trolls and the Midlands Mothmen, which I think is one of the best logos in the league, personally, especially coming from the Philadelphia Smeagol's when they completely rebranded. I thought this was a very solid rebranding, one of the best we've seen. But they did not win Best Team Logo. That goes to the Miami Cartel with Best Team Logo. And I wish it showed me the actual photos that I'd linked in here so we could run through them, but it doesn't. What if I click on that? No? Okay. But that's okay. I think if I do this, hold on, let's go down. La-di-da-di-dee-dee-dee. There we go. So the Tanks, whatever logo. The Cavs, again, it's solid, it's mid. The Finesse logo, it definitely needs an update, I think. The Voyagers, I'm going to update this garbage. This was a quick fix to my past blunder, but that's okay. The Trolls, again, solid logo. The Quailmen, this has got to change. I don't know how this team got a worse logo vote. This thing is amazing. The Tampa Bay Tiger Sharks logo is fucking solid as hell. Yeah. Heaters, this has got to change. You need something. It's got to have something. Dumpster Fire, again, same thing. These guys are in the same boat. They need something original here. Rune Dogs, again, it's a whatever logo, but it's solid as fuck. You don't mess with just solid. It's just good. It's just good. The Cartel wins it. And I agree. This is a very solid logo here. You got everything working for you. You got the football. You got Miami colors. You got all the stuff. You got the sunrise in the back or sunset, however you fix it. You got the Cartel, and you got some money. So pretty solid logo here. Again, I think these are definitely the best in the league right now. But what's with all the light blue, guys? We have so much light blue. I mean, the Finesse have a light blue going on. The Tiger Sharks have a light blue. The Cartel have this, aquamarine looking light blue. The Mothmen have a cyan light blue. So I feel like we should get some color changes more than logo changes. But yeah, sorry, didn't want to show that. But yeah, best team logo goes to the Miami Cartel. Let's keep it on going. Most improved. Out of 12 responses, we only got 2 teams picked in this. That's some good coffee. And with 2 votes, the Midlands Mothmen, and I agree, they went from 4-10 to playoffs at 9-5, very, very solid. But the winner by far in this one was the Charleston Trolls, of course. I mean, they were 6-8 last year, riddled by injuries, missed the playoffs. This year, 13-1, could have been 14-0 easily. I mean, yeah, this is definitely most improved. Easy vote. No arguments here. Least improved. A lot more votes. Here, we got the Tiananmen Square Tanks, which I don't know who voted for them. I think that's kind of fucked up. That's why I put in a little asterisk here about inheriting Joe's garbage team. And Joe did go 4-10, but Joe Ball is weird. Joe wins games that he shouldn't, and now that head coach is gone, the team is going to revert back to what they probably should have been, which is a 1-win team. And yeah, I disagree with this vote because this team, I mean, they were handed garbage. Another one was the Cavs. I agree with this vote. This team just underperformed at all levels this year. And the Hickory Grove Heaters. Yeah, I mean, this team, 9-4-1 last year, and just lost so many close games. Second place, the Miami Cartel, 2-12 to 2-12. No improvement. So least improved, I can definitely see it. The Cartel have been in the league now for 3-4 seasons. We're supposed to be seeing some kind of improvement from this team, and we have not. Maybe next year's the year. But the winner, or I guess loser, least improved, the least improved team on the year is the Long Island Rune Dogs. 7 votes, over half of the league, She went from 12-2 to 5-9, and definitely I could see it. I mean, this team, it may just be a sign of getting old. This team can still perform at a high level, but they just did not do it this year. Gonna need a retool for next season. Invisible Man. I'm surprised we have more than 3 votes on this. 1 vote to the LA Finesse. Don't know how that happened. E-Man is very active in the chat. The Mothman. I can see that. P-Man seemed to be pretty busy this year, but that's okay. He's got kids, man. 2 votes. The Miami Cartel. Sure, Sam did kind of disappear for a little while, but he was fairly active. The Rune Dogs got 2 votes. And, yeah, the Invisible Woman, I guess. Mandy had some personal shit going on this year, so I can see that. No harm, no foul, though, because she didn't lose. The Invisible Man is, what do we all think? Yeah, it's Dan. It's Dan again. Well, that's okay. That is okay. That's usually what happens. 2026 Dark Horse. Look at all this shit. Oh, so many votes. 1 vote for the Tanks. 1 for the Cavs. 1 for the Finesse. 1 for the Voyagers. 1 for the Quailmen. 1 for the Tiger Sharks. 1 for the Heaters. And 1 for the Cartel for the Dark Horse. But who most people think, which I guess would be 3 votes or 4 votes, is the Midlands Mothmen. Very interesting, because this is a playoff team. So for them to get 4 votes as a dark horse means they should be in the playoffs again next year and doing some damage. And they just may very well be doing that. We will see. Ticking Time Bomb, the opposite of the dark horse. Who's going to go on their way down? 1 vote for the Trolls. I don't see this one happening, but maybe. 1 vote for the Tiger Sharks. Who knows what's going to happen with the Tiger Sharks? They do seem to flip-flop when it comes to their record, but maybe they can stay back in the playoffs next season. And 1 vote for the Cameron Cavaliers. I can see this one happening. This team is very, very strange on paper, but they could also be in the playoffs. Very weird team. 2 votes. The Rune Dogs. Can definitely see this one happening. Maybe Mandy's team is on its way out just with how old they are. But, again, we'll see. But with most of the votes, I think that's 7 votes. The LA Finesse gets 7 votes for Ticking Time Bomb. And I can definitely see this one. This is probably the oldest team in the league. And their quarterback died halfway through the year. Their tight end looks like he's going to be on his way out. I mean, it's looking rough in Finesse land in LA. Maybe they can turn it around come draft time, which I don't think they have many draft picks. So we'll see what they do. Rookie of the year, the shit that really matters. Look at all this crap. So again, we had like a 5-way tie, but in the original vote, Tyler Warren gets 1 and Ashton Janty, I don't know. I can never remember how to say his name. Got 1 vote each, and then there was a 5-way tie. Jackson Dart, Trevayon Henderson, Quinshawn Judkins, Tet McMillan, and Emeka Egbuka all get 1 vote each. But I think with the final votes after these Tyler Warren and Ashton Janty were eliminated, I think it came out to be Tet McMillan wins Rookie of the Year, I think with 5 votes after the fact. So Tet McMillan, in a very, very close one, wins your Rookie of the Year. But very solid class, or are they all just very mid and we can't pick between them? Not sure. All looking pretty solid. Offensive Player of the Year. Actually, let's do Defensive Player of the Year because we'll do Offensive Player of the Year and then MVP. Defensive Player of the Year. This one was pretty fucking easy. 1 vote for Brian Burns, 1 vote for Max Crosby, and 1 vote for Jordan Brooks. Jordan Brooks is a tackling machine, and while Max Crosby and Brian Burns were very solid on the defensive line, but no one could touch Myles Garrett. I mean, this guy blew it out of the water this year. I mean, just fantastic, fantastic play for the French Quarter Quailmen this year. So he gets Defensive Player of the Year, and I will add the Player of the Year, whatever, tags to each player in like a week or so after everyone's seen the video as not to spoil anything. Offensive Player of the Year had lots of votes. 1 for CMC, 1 for Puka, 1 for Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God, 1 for Josh Allen, and 1 for Drake May. All of them get 1 vote. Coming in second place, or tied for second place, we had JSN. with 2 votes, and Jonathan Taylor with 2 votes. But the offensive player of the year is Matthew Stafford. Not surprising, but a little surprising. This motherfucker's 9,000 years old and comes out and wins offensive player of the year. Fantastic year for Matt Stafford. Couldn't happen to a worse guy. But, yeah, he wins offensive player of the year. And then MVP. MVP. 1 vote for Matt Stafford, 1 vote for JSN, and 1 vote for Trey McBride. Very interesting picks here. Coffee. So I could definitely see him as MVPs. Sure. Tied for second, CMC gets 2 votes, and Drake May gets 2 votes. So CMC does not get anything, which is crazy in my opinion, or after the year he had. JSN does not get anything after the year he had, which is a little crazy as well. So, and Matt Stafford won Offensive Player of the Year, so he can't win MVP. And so, yeah, the MVP is Josh Allen, which, yeah, I guess. I mean, he put up a fuckload of points, but it just didn't seem like a Josh Allen kind of a year. It didn't wow me like he has in the past. But I guess if, you know, you raise the bar so high to where you have a bad year and you're still blowing everything out of the water, you're having a pretty damn good year, and it's just kind of normal. So, yeah. MVP goes to Josh Allen. And then, yeah, Coach of the Year. And as tradition here for the league, I will let the video speak for itself. And I apologize, I do not have a photo of the Coach of the Year because I just don't have one. So, yeah. But that's it for me, guys. I'll leave you with the Coach of the Year. Good luck next year, and I'll see you come opening of the, well, not the draft, but opening of the new league year. Otherwise, good luck, and I'll see you in the offseason. And now, your Coach of the Year.